Now it's Eddie V's, or you gotta mention Philippe's. My friends on coke, but I don't think less of my brothers. Okay, I'm lying. I enjoy doing better than others. Stage of life is this. Get money, I'm running rampant.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. H.O.M.E is back. Yo, man, we got God All Day. We got DNA in the building. And yo, man, listen, let the good times roll, man. So now, now you're experiencing success. You were top tier battle rapper, right? And the bags coming in, your jokes is funnier. You know, your context list is starting to look real good. How are you now starting to deal with success mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, bro?
I mean, it's on what scale? Because I started receiving like battle rap success like my first 2-3 years in, but like you know, like outside, like in the entertainment world, I won't even say just music, like acting and all that has been in my later years. But you know, it's humbling, it's respected. You love that people acknowledge your work, especially outside of the main field that you're doing in. Because you know me, I just don't want to be labeled one thing. So you know, having the opportunity to do business with ESPN, do business with Jermaine Dupri on the rap game, you know, do business with wrestling promotions, and you know, even other things that I can't talk about right now. You know, that's just humbling, because it's like, you know, you always want to expand the brand and go other places. But in terms of how you move, like, yeah, once I started realizing like, oh, okay, depending on where I go, people will make a big deal out of this. You know, you just always got to move correctly. You know what I mean? So that goes with the appearance, what you wearing, where you wearing it at, who's around you, do you got people, you know what I mean? All that type of thing. But I mean, for me, I just always, I'm pretty much the same other than that. Like, you know what I mean? I don't really, I never let it get to my head, because, you know what I mean? It could all be taken away in the flash of an eye. And also it's never about having power. It's what you do with it. So, you know what I mean? I always try to give light to, you know, and advice and knowledge to whoever is willing to have that open ear to hear it. So, you know, the next generation, or, you know, your kids or your peers or anybody could be just as successful as you or more successful as you. Like, I feel like that's the gem in it all.
Yes, sir.
So did you ever see yourself as like at the top, or, you know, a top dog, you know, the gunning for me, or you always seen yourself as, I'm just gonna slay whatever coming my way, and you know?
Now I feel like with me, like at first the people that I came up with, they kind of would downplay it, because the excuse they would have is that I was young. But you know, when I stood through the test of time doing that, like anybody that comes in the game now, like I'm the last person they be wanting to go against, because they already know, you know what I mean? Like, you're not, you know, like it's certain battle rappers that they know, like, all right, I could take this person, I can get a lot of money for them, I can battle a big name, and they not gonna really take it serious, or they not that good, I could beat them. With me, it's like, you know what I mean? This might be your last shot. So they don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They really don't gun for me. I gun for them, to the point where it's like, well, shit, if he's calling you out with all that he done, how could you say no? They really don't
put him on the spot.
For me. Yeah.
What is well, I'm gonna go two different places again. First way I'm gonna go is Pat Stay. What is your, if you had to give a scouting report, rest in peace to Pat Stay first and foremost. But if you had to give, yes, sir. If you had to give a scouting report on Pat Stay, what would your scouting report say about Pat Stay?
We mean, well, I mean, like me and Pat, we wasn't the best of friends, but in terms of like anytime I ran into him or doing it, yeah, I mean,
just his skill set, just him.
Oh, skill set. He was like one of the few complete battle rappers ever. You know what I mean? Like he was funny. He had great charisma, great character, performance.
You don't give a F-U-C-C. Switching all those words around every day must not be easy. Until now. Check it. If we invent this, we'll be rich. A spell correct app designed specially for Crips. Dude, can you imagine the time you'd save per day? Dude, you type fuck and a C would automatically replace the K right away. Fast. Efficient. We'll call it decrypted.
Lyrical. He knew how to also rap. Like I would say he was one of the chameleons, you know what I mean? And people, and he was a wild card because he was white. You know what I mean? So they'll look at him like, oh nah, what's he about to do? And then he'll fuck you up 9 times out of 10. And as a person, you know what I mean? Any time that I ran into him, you know what I mean, it was always great vibes, great experience. He was a great individual. I hear stories about all the, you know what I mean, great things he was doing, the family man and all that. So, you know what I mean, even when he was alive, the rapport on Pat Stay was always, and I mean, always exceptional.
Absolutely. Well, when you look at King of the Dot and other white or European centered rap leagues or battle leagues, how do they match up in comparison? Is there a matchup? Do you understand? Hey, you know what? We know where it started from. We're the pioneers. We're the lions. Or is there like a mutual respect between, let's say, the black battle rappers and white battle rappers per se?
I mean, maybe at the beginning of battle rap that was a thing, but that's not necessarily like a thing no more. But like, you know what I mean? It's just about leagues. Like, you know, everybody would predominantly say URL is the #1 battle rap league that's out there. But, you know, somebody like me, I battled on every league. So I would just say it's different. Like you got to know how to battle for a URL crowd, but at the same time, you may not always get a URL type of battle rapper. So you got to know how to battle with a King of the Dot crowd. You got to know how to battle for a Grind Time crowd, for a Don't Flop crowd, for an RBE crowd.
How do you battle for a King of the Dot crowd? How does that differ from what are you looking to attack when you're dealing with a King of the Dot crowd versus a URL crowd?
I mean, listen, if you're a street rapper, then they want you to be street, but you know, your kryptonite could be somebody that may be a little more, because I don't like the word nerdy. Like I feel like that's a downplay on you being intelligent. But on King of the Dot, you could get a little more intelligent. You can get a little more, you know what I mean? The range of what you could talk about could vary more than just the streets. Like URL, you know what I mean? We love it because that's what we came from. That's what we grew up from, whether we a part of it or not. But, you know, it's more ignorant. Like, it's just, I mean, it's ignorant shit said in a smart way.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So is King of the Dot like mostly white or something?
Yeah, predominantly. But like, even the people that's not, it's just different type of, you know, like
different type, okay.
Yeah, it might be a little more conscious. Like, you know what I mean? Like J. Cole's not white, but he's not going to talk about the same stuff Jadakiss is going to talk about.
Right.
Or Kendrick Lamar. So it's a different audience. You know what I mean? It's a different demographic that you got to be able to tap in. It's like, you know what I mean? You don't want to only know how to talk about street stuff because all your conversations in life ain't going to be street. So what you going to do when you got to talk about stocks and, you know what I mean, and IRAs and life insurance and all that, you got to know how to be able to articulate on that side. So that's why I said all the leagues is different. Like I wouldn't say, you know, of course URL is the most popular, but I feel like in their own right, they both make the complete battle rapper. Like, and most complete battle rappers, like myself, like Arsenal, like Pat Stay, like a Hollow the Don, like Charlie Clips, they battled everywhere. And that's why, because they know how to adapt every situation.
Gotcha.
That's pretty noble for you to bring up Arsenal, man, because I was watching that Arsenal battle, bro, and I don't know how in the world you maintained that. What was your conversation? I mean, was that affecting you at the time? He's talking about your father. I mean, the Arsenal could get real disrespectful.
The evidence for a case, DNA always seemed to keep the feds happy.
Yeah. Talk to him, Rap. Talk to him.
See, I was gonna take the pop route, DNA. I was gonna revive him from the dead, Scrappy. But since Clips and you supposed to be my man, I promise you, this battle I ain't gonna mention shit about your dead daddy. Now your dead daddy, PCP is what that nigga was smoking. I just lied to your motherfucking face because promises are meant to be broken. Me serving shotgun, remember we Logan. Your mom crick too, that bitch been crick since Moses put a slit in the ocean.
How do you maintain your composure in that situation? And what was the conversation later on or afterwards between you and Arsenal?
I mean, one, I know what I signed up for, and two, me and him wasn't friends. So it's like I would kind of like I said, me, I got my own moral compass. Like me, I'm not talking about the dead or kids, because you got to go home with that. Like when the camera cuts off, you still said those things. So that's not what I'm gonna say. Right. But you know, everybody got their choice of what they want to, what they want to do. And I could have told them not to say it. Like, and I don't mean it in that regard, like I can tell him what to do, but I could have asked them. But I don't even want to, like, I'm in a war. I don't even want to show you that that's a weakness. Go ahead. You're still not going, you're still not going to win. And like we friends now, you know what I mean? Because we got past it. We even did another type of battle, and you know what I mean, being that we cool now, he didn't say nothing. But at that time we wasn't cool. So it was really no conversation after. Like it just was what it was. Like
it's just what okay. Man, you're a real warrior, man. I like that, man. I like that mindset, man. That's a warrior mindset right there, man. I mean, I'm seeing the brother talk about. I'm like, talk about his father. I'm like, I want to punch him. I'm like,
for sure. But
I'm like,
but like I said, like the moment you do that, you already know what room you in. Like, I mean, that's why I say it's all about discipline and knowing where you at. If we on the street corner, you saying that, it's a whole different type of way somebody views you for allowing them, and how you got to view yourself if you allow somebody to disrespect a loved one when you just casually in the street and somebody approaches you like that. But in the battle rap field, you lose your composure, you put your hands on somebody, that's frowned upon. Like, oh, look, he got sensitive, he lost. So you got to know your audience. Like they'll respect more you taking it and combating back with the words doing it than, you know what I mean, you fucking it up, because then it's like, damn, he got him so out of character, he couldn't say nothing back, so he hit him. So, you know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah.
You're right. I definitely had mad respect for you for sure. I'm like, man, that brother.
It reminds me of like back in civil rights where they used to go and train themselves by sitting in a restaurant and their counterparts would spit on them. They would call them nigga. They would build up their tolerance for that kind of disrespect, man. And it seems to be a similar type of thing, because I can't imagine you walk in the street and somebody, I mean, what's the worst? Nobody's going to approach you in the street and say something to you like that at that magnitude. So anything after that, dealing in your regular life, is going to be pretty much, you know, it's whatever, because you didn't heard the worst.
Yeah, for sure.
Word. Okay. When we look at battle rap now and where's this going, how do you see battle rap moving into matter of fact, before I go there, because it seems to be like, especially with you, there's like a thing against the mainstream industry. Is there a underlying aspect of battle rap culture that is rebellious against corporations and mainstream, so-called mainstream record labels? Is it more like, yo, we need to be independent? How is the dynamic between a battle rapper and the industry from your perspective?
I mean, it's competitive. Like I think that's all it is, because I got a lot of battle rappers, including myself. I got a lot of good relationships with people that you would consider in the industry. Some that are, some that were, some that, and I mean, were in it and left. So I don't think it's like an issue like that, but it's more so of like on them. Like they push that narrative that a battle rapper can't make music. So in our defense, it's only us, like, you know, in battle rap language, we're buttling to what they said about us, or how they feel, or how they treat it. You know what I mean? Like they'll, a lot of times we'll come to their arena, you know what I mean, or their platform, and it won't be the same respect that they give you know, a so-called industry person. So then that creates the, like, you know what I mean? Like, let's not get it twisted here. What we do is, you know what I mean, should be just respected as what y'all do. And, you know, if you want to take it there, then it's better too. So, you know what I mean? That's really what it is. It's just competitive, and it's just, we gotta, so just to sum it all up, like we gotta carry ourselves to a higher standard. Because you only get treated the way you allow people to. So because a lot of battle rappers want to be accepted in the industry. They'll tolerate the industry not putting respect on our name, or a battle rapper will get his foot in the door in the industry a little bit and then try to shit on battle rap and, you know what I mean, downplay us because that's where they really want to be, instead of wearing it, you know what I mean, like, this is what I am and you got to respect this. But I could do this also. Like, and I feel like that's an everyday struggle with your most common battle rap.
So if you was approached with a deal, and if it was right, you wouldn't deny it per se. You would look at it and give it consideration.
I mean, the deal would have to be crazy. That really got nothing to do with the industry. That just got to do with the world we in. Like, you know what I mean? You can make so much money independently without signing away so many rights and creative control nowadays. It wouldn't make sense to take a deal unless, you know, it's multi-million-dollar deal. But what I mean, like, just to give you an analogy, like, yeah, I could get a deal for a lot of money. And if it was a battle that made a lot of sense, I would still battle. I wouldn't say, oh, because I got a deal, I don't battle rap no more. Or I don't fuck with battle rap. You know what I mean? That's what I mean about what people will do. They'll get a deal, get a situation, do a song with somebody big, get on a TV show real quick, and then act like they too big for battle rap. You know what I mean? But mind you, this is what drove you here. This is probably what got the TV show, the artist, or the label to, you know what I mean? Now, I'm not telling you go out there and make a fool out of yourself when you're there, but like me, regardless of whatever it is, I'll always be attached to battle rap. It's going to get to a point that I don't do it no more, obviously, but you know what I mean? I would still put my money into it, invest, and, you know what I mean, do other things to see it grow. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, being that we on the topic of industry, man, we had our dear brother Cannabis was on our platform, and he gave a very interesting, class on so many things, on culture, hip hop, and one of the things he talked about was his battle with Disaster. Was you there that night when he battled Disaster?
Yeah, I was in the building.
Man, tell us from your perspective, what was you thinking and what was you feeling when the Cannabis and Disaster battle started, and when did you notice something wasn't quite just right with our brother, man?
I mean, you know, like, shout out to Cannabis. I grew up listening to Cannabis, and you know what I mean, second round knockout and all that. To LL Cool J. You know what I mean? Cannabis is one of the most lyrical battle rappers in the game. But you know what I mean? It's just, you know, it's somebody that's an OG and really not understanding what's going on. That's all it was. Like, from the moment he got there, like, you know what I mean, coming in in a sling or whatever, coming there with the rhyme book, like, he just ain't know what was going on. You know what I mean? Like, and what I mean by not know what's going on, I'm not insulting his intelligence. I'm saying, no, where he's at and what time. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't go in there feeling like, yo, you the OG that's doing this, because why you slacking? You know, Jay-Z said that on Dead Presidents. It's somebody eating cereal right now, you know what I mean, working harder than doing what I mean. So that's what it was. Disaster was the understudy that been watching Cannabis and rhymed kind of like Cannabis and Eminem and just took it to another level and it showed. But you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I feel like, and I also, like, you know, he was walking into the fire. Like, if you somebody that don't do what we do all the time, and you're not linking up with us that do it, or going over your material with us and getting it corrected, not getting it ghost written, but it's things like, yo, don't say that, or, you know what I mean, that's not up to date. You should talk about this. You know what I mean? Like, you need to do that. You got to have a sparring partner, or, you know what I mean, somebody to, like, go over what you're talking about. So you could tell he was just writing his shit by himself.
Okay.
So battle rap, that's a team. Like, so there's a team aspect to battle rapping.
Nah, it's not a team, but it's anything. If you do it, like, my whole thing is, like, people always try to make it seem like when anything that happens, they did it themselves. That's cap. You don't make an album by yourself. Even if you write the rhymes to the album, it's a whole team of people that come listen to the music. Yo, nah, don't make this verse 16, make it 8 so the chorus could come back faster because it's catchier. Or this one, you don't need a hook, just make a verse. On this one, we just gonna drop the beat, let the drums play. It's all type of things going on with with great music. Let me say that. So with great battle rap, no, it's not a team of people writing, but I may call clips like, yo, what you think of this round? I think you're talking too much. You need to punch more. Oh, I think you need to switch up your flow. It's too slow. Little pointers like that. Like, you gotta do that. That's how you stay sharp. If not, you you over there, you gonna feel like what you saying is crazy because you saying it.
What lets you know that that you need to listen to this insight?
Yeah, you got to test the material. Like Dave Chappelle ain't going and doing a stand-up before he hits about 5 or 6 local nightclubs to test what he's about to say on the Netflix special.
Gotcha.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, nobody's doing nothing all by themselves. Like, that's not how it works. Or that's not how it should work. Like, everybody needs help from some point, some direction. You know what I mean? I don't, and I'm, nobody writes my shit, but what I'm saying is I'm not gonna just think that I'm always gonna know what's the illest shit to say. I gotta test it out.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Even if somebody ain't saying nothing, I could tell by facial reactions. You don't see too many ums and ahs, and it's just, then you know, I gotta tighten this shit up. This ain't it.
Okay.
And you don't want to find that out while you on stage. So no, trying to figure that shit out before you get up there.
Word.
Yeah.
All right. You just had a recent battle, and I think if I misquoted, please forgive me, but I think you said something like, I put that over everything, like oxtail gravy. Like when you come up with that line, do you in your mind, do you know like that's going to hit, that's going to get the crowd crazy?
Yeah.
Or do you like, how do you know when a line is gonna
see it'd be certain ones like that I knew because that's universal. You know what I mean? Like I know what audience I'm battling in front of, and I know 9 times out of 10.
You in Atlanta, so you know I sells.
Yeah, like I know even in New York, wherever you at, if it's an urban, black urban culture, you know that's what 9 times out of 10 you may not even eat oxtails, but yo, I'm gonna put the oxtail gravy on it. So like that one is just like I knew that was going to happen. It's like it's universal.
Yeah, Atlanta, that line about seeing your baby picture, picture.
Yeah. Oh, you talking about on Pound Town Round?
On the album, yeah.
Oh man, that's cold blooded, God. I see what you're doing. I see.
You just gotta know certain lines is just universal. You know what I mean? It's gonna resonate with everybody.
Got you. Shout out to the ATL. Yo,
yes, sir.
Man,
ATL. What's up?
This album, bro. And this stages, man. I love it, man. It's just showing your growth, your evolution. Just as a man, as a melanated man, and the things that you're going through. You have a lot of vulnerability on the album. The album's very soulful. What was your initial thought process to create this album? What was your intention? What was your message for this album?
I mean, with this project, we really did this in like 72 hours. Well, let me say we recorded because it's life experiences, so it's already all. You know what I mean? I like to look at your brain as a computer, so it's all just there. You know what I mean? And then you doing certain things to take from this part of it, and that part of it. So I've had all those thoughts there, but like the actual laying it down and recording and mixing, 72 hours. Because the first time I did BET back in 2019, I didn't have a project out when I won. So this time I'm like, yo, God willing, I win again. I want to give them something so it doesn't go to waste. So literally, when I went out there, I did the battle. I won on Friday. You know, the world didn't find out that I won until Tuesday. But then I took that Saturday, Sunday, and Monday to just, you know what I mean, get everything right and record it. And my brother Rain produced it. And then
shout out to Rain, bro. Yeah.
And literally, while we was out eating on Friday, he came up with the name, like just by randomly saying it. Like we was all drunk out to eat, celebrating. He like, what stage of life is this? And I'm like, yo, that's the title. That's the title. And then after that, you know what I mean? We just wanted to make it like different layers so everybody can, grasp what this is. And I mean, what my life is actually about and what stage am I at right now. So, yeah.
Man.
Nice.
Yeah. That 2015 BET Cypher on the stage was legendary. It was you, K-Shine doing a duo, and then you had Charlie Clips, and then you had Rain
and T-Top.
Yep. And T-Top. And but Rain closed it out, right? And that, yo, every time I see that joint, that gave me chills. Like as you're on stage, can you feel the energy that's going on in the building, like for what's happening at that moment?
Yeah, for sure, man. Shout out to my brother Rain. He's a very You know what I mean? I would compare him to like a modern day like Nas or Tupac. Like,
I agree.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
He got a street side to him, but he's definitely somebody that, you know what I mean, you can get a gem from him in almost every conversation. And I really want to salute him because, you know, at the time, I'm just happy to be there. So I'm gonna use my time to show him what I could do. But he used his time up there for a bigger cause, just to really, you know what I mean, spread a deeper message to the world while he got a lot of eyes on him all at one time. So that was super dope. Yeah, you know what I mean? That's why we let him close it out, because we already knew like what direction he was going in, what he was talking about.
Wow.
Nice.
Man, yo, it's a true honor, man, to see your growth and evolution. I think that even in your later years, you have become more of an assassin. You know, I think before you were just running up, you know, sinking cats and hitting them with the Uzi, but now you're more like in the trees and you just sniping cats as they coming by. So I see your growth, I see your evolution. What's on the agenda for DNA? Matter of fact, okay, DNA, how did you get that name? Where that name come from? And what's on the agenda for DNA coming on in the future, bro?
How'd I get the name DNA? Shout out to my homie Darnell. I had a rap name called Explicit, and he was like, "Yo, you should call yourself DNA." And I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "Cause I mean, you could say you the nastiest amateur." And I was like, and I had literally right now, this would be the 21st year I've had my rap name. So I've had my rap name since 11 years old. So that's why that was the acronym at that time. And then as I advanced and stopped being an amateur, I changed the acronym to Deadly in Action. But yeah, that's how I got the name. And for 2023 and the future and on, you know what I mean? Like I don't battle as much as I used to, you know what I mean? You know, just because I got a lot of other things going on, but I'm definitely getting into acting, getting into directing, getting into you know what I mean, like syncing music, you know what I mean, on all different type of TV shows and stuff like that. Creating you know, movies, my own shows, my own series, documentaries. So that's all the other stuff I'm working on while still doing music too. But you know, just expanding on that note in that regard. And yeah, but I still will be battling. I still got regular projects coming out, but yeah, just tapping into those other rooms. I got a wrestling podcast now, so I'm also, you know what I mean, in that world. That's going real successful for me right now.
You said a wrestling podcast?
Yeah. It's called Attitude Era Podcast. So like, you know, we center the podcast around Attitude Era based wrestlers. Like that's the time period of when The Rock, Stone Cold, Triple H, Undertaker, Mankind, Shawn Michaels, like D-Generation X, NWO, like that, lit time in wrestling, like that's what the show centered around. But we also cover what goes on in wrestling currently, and you know, before that and after that. So yeah.
Wow.
That's what's up.
Man, that's dope, bro. And I like how you stepping outside of your comfort zone, and because people would assume you would go into battle rap type podcast, but you go into something that's people don't even see it coming. So that takes courage and the real high level of self-awareness, bro. And so we see you, bro. Before we let you go, man, you know, we know you're a big basketball fan. I just want to get your take on who do you think is the GOAT, man, and why? Like, who's the GOAT? Is it Jordan? Is it LeBron? Because you got a lot of bars. You got gun bars, but you got a lot of basketball bars as well. So I know you were depth when it comes to this b-ball, bro. Who do you think and why is the GOAT when it comes to this basketball, brother?
Oh man, the GOAT when it comes to basketball, it's MJ, man. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, like, so this is my thing, right? If we go pause, body physique, right? LeBron is probably the greatest athlete ever to touch the game.
Right.
But you know, that a lot entails in that. You know, he's spending $2 million on his body a year. Technology is up, you know what I mean? So I give him credit on that. But that if we go statistics, LeBron is better than
hit on that.
Yeah, LeBron is better than Jordan. He's better than Kobe. He's better than any player in the game. He leads the league in points of all time. He just broke the record.
Yes, sir.
But I don't necessarily always feel like the GOAT comes with statistics. It's a lot more that goes with that. So I say MJ's
no
the GOAT because MJ got the stats, but then MJ got the impact. MJ got the feel. Like, I was a young kid. Like, I watched LeBron from the beginning up until now. Like, literally, I was 12. I was 12 in 2003.
Yeah.
When he debuted. So, you know what I mean? Like, at 31, I seen him do all the, you know what I mean, all the shit that he's doing. Like Jordan, I kind of caught the tail end of it. But just going back and just knowing the era we in, you had grown men sticking their tongue out, shaving their head bald. You know what I mean? Just the impact of the Jordan sneaker, just what he meant for the game, everything that he did, and just like the feel watching Michael Jordan, seeing him play, like that's no other. You know what I mean? So it's like, I think like, you know what I mean? Is it a rapper out there that could probably rap better than Biggie? Yeah, but they didn't have the impact like Big. They didn't have the feel. They didn't, you know what I mean? They didn't change the trajectory of rap like he did or like a Pac. So I feel like that goes into being a GOAT. And when you break that down, nobody did it like MJ. Like,
man, you know what, man? I can't. I'm gonna leave it be.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it be too.
I'm gonna leave it be, man, because I wasn't expecting that.
Man.
I wasn't expecting that. That just shows you this brother's wisdom to see it from a whole different angle and perspective, man. And like I said, man, we could sit here, man, and go back and forth with you all night, bro, because we feel like your body of knowledge and wisdom is infinite, brother. But we're gonna close it now. This is not the last time we want you to come home. This is a place that you can always look to just chill out, share your wisdom, share your knowledge, and just be yourself, man. Because we definitely see you. We definitely appreciate you, man, for coming on, and we look to building with you as you grow and as you do your new endeavors in the future, my brother. Before we go, God, you got anything for DNA, man?
No, man, just much respect and love and honor for the brother, man.
Likewise, and definitely this won't be the last time that I'm up here. I'm gonna definitely rock with y'all again.
Yes, sir.
Whenever y'all in New York, Vic, you got my number. Hit me. Yeah. I mean, let's formally meet in person too. You know,
man.
So,
yeah. I'll be there. I'll be there in May, bro. I'll be there in May.
All right,
so
I
know
for sure.
I know my son will be definitely excited, man. You got me being the coolest pops in the world right now, bro. So
no doubt. Got you.
Yes, sir.
Definitely
yes, sir.
Appreciate y'all once
I appreciate
again,
y'all, man. Yo, H.O.M.E, House of Melanated Excellence, yo. We out of here, man.
Yes,
got
sir.
you. Good looking, gentlemen.
Peace. Yes, sir.
All right, bet.
H.O.M.E